Welcome back. If you are just joining, it's Trending O'Clock, and you know what we'll do on Trending, we'll talk about all the trending gist on the internet and, of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Irabo, and you know I can never, ever be alone. In the studio, once it's trending, and joining us today is E to the N to the K to the A to the Y and K.
Hi, Mercy.
Hi, and Kay. Thank you for
Good
always
to-
joining me on
Always
Trending.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure being here.
And you look really, really
Thank
good.
you.
That's
You
the
too.
braids for
You
me.
know now. Let me look like you small now. Let me look like Mercy.
Okay. Interesting. So what's trending today? Are you ready for all the
Of
gist
course.
today?
Let's get it
Because we
rolling.
have a lot. It's been raining a gist. In fact, October is filled.
I am telling you, this month of October
All right,
has
so
been
let's
a
see.
month.
So yesterday, tension rocked the nation's capital as protesters flooded the streets of Abuja, demanding the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that is the IPOB group. According to eyewitnesses, the protest began peacefully but later turned chaotic when police fired tear gas and barricaded major roads to disperse protesters, and the action caused a heavy traffic gridlock and forced several businesses in the area to shut down temporarily as people fled to safety. Anyways, let's see the footage. So while we're still waiting for the footage, and we know that Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention since 2021 on charges bordering on a treasonable felony. His supporters continue to insist that his prolonged detention is unjust and are calling for his unconditional release. All right, let's see the footage.
Kanu now. See. Nnamdi Kanu now. Let's go to Beggar. Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi.
But why is it that when it's here in Nigeria, they tend to resolve issues like this with violence? I keep wondering. We saw what happened during the EndSARS protest. This is something that you can just call the people, reach an agreement with these persons. That's how it happens in other nations. But when it comes to Nigeria, they always use force and violence on the peaceful demonstrators. Why is it like that?
Well, protest in Nigeria, when protest is it's the right of a citizen,
Yeah, it
right?
is.
It's if you are looking to, seeking the government's response, protest is a means you can use to do that. But sometimes in Nigeria, protest turns violent because sometimes it's been hijacked or, due to aggression and, the security agencies, tend to use force on to disperse the protesters. But in this case of Nnamdi Kanu, this protest was led by former presidential candidate
Yeah.
Omoyele Sowore. We saw him right there, and it's really amazing to see that Sowore has always been at the forefront of making sure that the people get justice whenever they are being treated unfairly, and calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I think is something that yes, it's necessary.
Yeah, and
know,
it shows
and
that he's not tribalistic.
tribalistic.
Like he's a
because,
Yoruba
yeah,
girl coming to talk
Yes.
about releasing
An
the
Igbo man.
leader of the IPOB
of
group.
IPOB.
So it shows that he is not in any way tribalistic.
Yes.
But I don't think yesterday's protest was violent. It wasn't hijacked. It was peaceful until the issue of tear gas and the barricading of the roads. And I just keep wondering, why is it like that in the country? These people are peaceful demonstrators. They're out to just air their view. You should just let them be heard for once without trying to stop them with force. You can actually ask them to stop, because I saw that the police described it as unauthorized gathering. They have the right to protest. They can come out to protest. It's not unauthorized. So I don't know, but for the laughs, I saw show yesterday, and issues like this will just make you feel. Issues like this will just make you unlock certain skills that you never knew you had.
Exactly.
Like I saw Showore with the Usain Bolt. I think the next Olympics we should nominate Showore.
No. You have to take cover. I mean, he's just trying to take cover. You know.
I know, but that was serious.
But then again, I think it's high time the government, revisits this case. I know this case has been on for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times the case has been adjourned and then it's been called back and the rest of it. But so far, so good. I think there's a belief or there's a hope that by the end of this month of October, on the 30th, this case will be resolved finally. But let's see how far it's going to go. But then it's going to be adjourned till on the 23rd of October. Let's see if at all, Nnamdi Kanu will be given a fair hearing at the end of the day. While the matter is still on, we want to call on all protesters. Please just maintain calm. I believe the government is on top of the situation, and this case will be revisited in no sooner time.
Anyways, like we know, calm has since returned to Abuja, so everywhere is calm and peaceful at the moment. So away from hashtag Nnamdi Kanu, I saw this very disturbing story coming out of Koko, Delta State, when a young lady identified as a student of Delta State, a polytechnic, was found dead in a hotel room where she reportedly lodged with her alleged sugar daddy. According to reports, the man identified as Isaiah Eyone, owner of PG Hotel and Agura Motors, had invited the girl from school, spent time with her, and left her in the room overnight to return to his family. But by morning, he returned to find her gruesomely murdered by unknown assailants. Egona, said to be her father's only surviving child, was found with multiple stab wounds. And as at the time of this report, Eyone has turned himself in to the police and is currently in custody, while the hotel's receptionist and manager are said to be on the run. So look at this very young girl whose life was just cut short, and this is the alleged sugar daddy. And this raises concerns about extramarital affairs and their consequences. Because when they tell you, oh, stick with your wife, you think maybe it's the feminist talk. I hear that often. They just say it's the feminist talk. Women will talk. But the truth is, you just got yourself into trouble that we don't even know how you'll be able to defend yourself. You were the last person that saw that very girl. You left her there. After all of that, all your intimate moments, why didn't you ask her to leave? You left her there, probably to go back the following day, and then you got there, you got the shock, the greatest shock.
You wanted to come back for second dose.
Yes. And then he got the greatest shock of his life. Like
it's really painful. It's really painful. While we condemn marital affairs, it also speaks of the discontent among young ladies. I mean, this is a school. This is a student. Of course, what would she be doing with a man like that if not for the stipends and everything that she's getting from him? So if you are contented with what your father is giving to you to school, I don't think you want to seek the help of another man, who clearly is married and has a family, and you don't mind because you're collecting things from him, So I think young girls, we should do better, and I mean, stay away from all these things, because sometimes you don't even know the person that is seeing you and is reporting you to his wife. We watched the movie one time of how this lady just destroyed her face all in the name of, you're sleeping with someone's husband. And the wife got to find out, and they planned her, got her to her school, and poured acid on her face. So I mean, let's do better. I mean, this has been a call that has been on for a while. Yeah. Let's do better. Yeah,
we really need to do better concerning the females. Let's be contented with what we have. Of recent, we saw this TikToker, which we used to know as the advocate of stay away from married men, got into a lot of trouble when the alleged wife of her sugar daddy beat her up and collected back the car which her
car.
sugar daddy gave to her. And then you just get to wonder what exactly
To what
is the
end?
word turning into. Like this lady is someone that you feel she can actually afford all of these things. So even when she posted it on TikTok that she got herself a car, thanking God for the supernatural miracle.
Things behind the camera, and then we come to the camera and say, "Oh, thank
Thank
God!
God, hard
what
work
God cannot
pays."
do does not
Yeah.
exist." Really? Oh, come on.
Thanking God. And at the end of the day, it was a married man behind all of this. And then you get to wonder what exactly is happening with our girls. It's not like they're not working, because that very lady is a very hardworking lady, but she just
Competition.
want exactly
I
all of
don't
those
know.
things.
You're trying to
And the
get
last time I
validation
said,
from people.
the last time I
It's
said
uncomfortable.
self-esteem issue is one big issue with Nigerian youth, and this is one of it. They just want to level up. They want to be in the
They just
same.
want to belong.
Yeah, they want to belong, and
and
they do
show
all
their
of these
friends that they
things
can do these
just
things.
to make money. They go to any length.
Any
They go
length.
to extra lengths. They don't care what it means just to get this particular thing. And this is it.
It's very
This young
sad.
lady just ended her life, and to think that she was the only surviving child of her parents.
sad.
It's so very
sad.
sad. Imagine
So
the father
sad.
finding out that you went to be with somebody that is old enough to be your father, and at the end of the day, you got your
lost
life cut short. It's a very sad
It's a
story,
disgraceful
yeah.
one.
And I
Yeah.
hope our soul rest in peace. Anyways, away from that, it's been a very heartbreaking moment for the family of Senate Minority Leader, Senator Patrick Abamoro, who is mourning the loss of both his son and his grandson. According to reports, Senator's son, Victor Moro, had only recently returned to Nigeria after completing his studies in Turkey and was preparing to join the National Youth Service Corps. Tragically, Victor lost his life in a fatal car accident along the Maraba axis in Nasarawa State, barely 24 hours after the burial of his nephew, Senator Moro's grandson. The double tragedy has left the Moro family and their loved ones in deep grief, with many describing the loss as both devastating and unimaginable. Anyways, my heart goes out to Senator Patrick and his entire family
Condolences to the
in
entire
this
family.
hard time, because losing a son and a grandson is one
It's
pain
terrible.
that no parent or grandparent
pain.
should go through. But in as much as when I went through all of the story, I felt really bad. I had chills all over me. But when I went to the comment section, the comment
saw
section was
something else.
not friendly. Like, it wasn't. Let's say some of netizens' reactions to this. Why is good things happen? Why do good things happen to bad people? Oh, sorry. I mean, why is bad things happening to bad people? Oh, again, sorry, I meant
Oh,
why is
Jesus.
bad things happening to good people?
Oh my God. Innocent, can you just be real?
Interesting. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. It's very devastating to lose son and grandson at the same period. What a loss. Okay. 2 deaths in 1 week. This is not ordinary at all. May their gentle soul rest in perfect peace. These are the people playing with our resources. I laugh.
Come on now.
This is somebody mourning.
Come on
May
now.
God console the family. Sad. My condolences to the family. May their soul rest in peace. This is incredibly heartbreaking. May God comfort Senator Moro and his entire family in this unimaginable time. Okay, I think we still have some reactions. Let's see if we have more. Yeah, because he's sitting near her, he's going to look for a way to build his child out of that place. I don't get that particular comment. I'm on the many children dying of malnutrition monthly in Nigeria. Okay. This guy was Minister of Interior when 16 innocent job seekers died of stampede in Abuja Stadium due to improper planning by Abi Nobiam. So sorry for the loss. This will really hurt more than a deep cut because so they failed to build good road because they never thought it would affect any of their families. And now the bad road has halted him. RIP to the dead. Just interesting. Imagine
Nigerians
somebody
can be so
mourning
cold.
and then you're coming
Oh my
to say,
goodness.
he was a senator. These are the persons eating the resources. These are the persons embezzling the national funds, and then it has to go through this. Nobody, I mean, absolutely nobody deserves to
Nobody.
go through all of this.
No.
Mother
No. You're very correct. Nobody deserves to go. I mean, people are mourning. Senator
Yeah.
Moro is mourning. The least you can do is to pay condolences. If you don't have anything to say, I would just prefer you just keep quiet, because it's not the time. Yes, due to his office, he may have done some things that are not nice and good, but this is not the time to begin to narrow it down to what he has done or
Yeah.
has not done. I mean, there's a time of mourning. Someone who is dead cannot come back to life. I mean, he has lost. It's a double loss for him, you know. So, I mean, just sympathize with them, mourn with them, send your condolences if you can. But if you don't have anything good to say at this point in time, I think you should just allow those that mourn to mourn in peace, and just, I mean, don't make it even harder for them. Thank you.
Anyways, a heart go to the Senator Moro and his entire family in this
yeah.
trying time. So away from that, let's go into some celebrity gossip. You know, that's what I love doing.
Let's go there, girl.
Nollywood actress Nkechi Blessing.
Oh my.
Nkechi Blessing has been trending lately. I don't know.
I know.
She's been trending.
Don't you understand? These celebrities, they thrive on trends. They want to always be in your faces. They want to always be in the news.
Anyways, but this one
Yeah.
looks a bit different. She shared her terrifying near-death experience after the POP ceiling in her Lekki residence reportedly collapsed for the second time in just 2 months. Like we saw the one that played out a few months ago, 2
Yeah.
months ago, and now this. The actress took to social media to express gratitude for her safety, describing the incident as a shocking reminder of how fragile life can be. She revealed that the ceiling caved in shortly after she left the room. That's such a narrow escape. Anyways, let's see the footage.
It is well. I don't do again. Now I come dey go back my way. Don't try. I don't try. Thank you, Ashiro.
Thankful that she is safe. That's the thing. Life first. Anyways, the netizens had serious concern about this. Imagine having to go through all of this just in the space of 2 months, having collapsed, a near-death experience with POP, ceilings collapse and all of that. Let's see some of the reactions we got online. Is saving a few naira really worth risking your safety? This is the second time Nkechi Blessing's ceiling has collapsed due to water damage.
Yeah.
When will people realize that qualified builders and proper waterproofing are essential and not optional? Okay, I have someone doing it for 2K. That's the outcome. I don't know if you get this though, but I don't know if that's the point. A village people, not everything is spiritual. Not everything. I feel proper planning. She don't use all her money buy iPhone 17 Pro Max. She better use good money to look for good artisans. Interesting. Looks like she used the same engineer twice. I know someone cheaper kind of recommendation. Why do you feel there are sometimes, have you not experienced a situation whereby you spend heavily on something and still it doesn't work? So it doesn't really mean it's cheap. She should go and rent a new apartment. This POP ceiling thing is becoming common. Yeah, it's becoming common. Celebrities hype great products, but most of them aren't even using the genuine stuff. Fake life tip or June. Nah, B-Lord to the POP. Thank God for her life.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting comments.
Not nice.
Lagos landlords and builders need to do better. Yes, they really need to do better. This can't be happening every time in Lagos. Imagine how expensive it is to rent a house in Lekki and then see this. Nah, it's a big no. Make they go back to Mowe. Yeah, she said she was going to leave Lekki and move back to Mowe in Ogun State. Only God knows if these celebrities choose people who work at a cheaper rate. I don't think so. I don't think. I don't really think so.
Like you said, I mean, this is the second time in 2 months.
Yeah.
But then again, people have said probably due to poor builders
Planning
and
and all of
artisans
that.
and planning and all of that. But then again, we all know Lekki is a waterlogged area.
Yeah, it is.
And once it rains heavily in Lekki, that place is messed up, totally messed up, right? And then if you're building a house, you should know better on how to waterproof your building, right?
Yeah.
So if your building is not properly waterproofed, you get to see all of this, because if water keeps soaking the ceiling, it gets so damp and then it begins to wear off. I think that's what happened. But then again, I'm really sorry for the outcome, and of course the collapse of her ceiling, her POP. I mean, this is a huge loss in any form, in any way. It's a huge loss, and I'm hoping that probably if she could contact the person who did the job,
engineer.
to find out what really happened, if there were any compromise anywhere, so that if she wants to do it again, she's sure not to make the same mistake.
The same mistake.
Yes.
Because having to
sorry
go
to her.
through all of this twice. But we are
Thank
thankful
God
to God that
no
she's
life was
safe.
lost, yeah.
No life was lost. And so away from Nkechi Blessing, we need to rush all of this because time is really not on our side today. A British boxer and ex-fiancé to DJ Cuppy, Ryan Taylor, has sparked fresh controversy online, claiming that Cuppy didn't want him hiring Nigerians and alleging that she simply doesn't like them. And then I get to wonder, why would Cuppy not like Nigerians? Anyway, Ryan made a statement during a podcast chat where he opened up about their relationship, which just ended just 2 months after their high-profile engagement in 2022. Anyways, let's hear from the horse.
Is it mad if I told you that she didn't even like Nigerians? Like literally, bro, she'd come into my business and she didn't want me to have Nigerian staff.
You know why? Because they will.
Well, this statement has really stirred mixed reactions online, as some persons are calling him out for calling out our own DJ Cuppy like that, while some persons are saying, well, we cannot just judge by a single story. Let's hear from both sides. Let's hear a Cuppy's side of the story. And up to now, Cuppy hasn't really released any official statements to all of these accusations, because it's really something that you get to wonder. DJ Cuppy is Nigerian. Why on earth won't she want her ex-fiancé to hire Nigerians as staff? You just get to wonder, what's the issue? So I do not in any way believe this. In as much as I am waiting for a Cuppy side of the story, I do not in any way believe this. Do you believe this, NK?
They say first to do in not the pain. Okay, you have said your own. Like you said, I think we should wait for Cuppy to come out and say whether this is true or not, because there must have been things that have been said in the private that probably you might not want, because we've seen at this position, she's been one who has loved her Nigerian roots. You could see that from the way she dresses, the way she behaves, and everything. But coming out to say she never wanted you to employ Nigerian staff, to what end? For what reason? Basically. So I want to hope that in the coming days, we'll get to hear from Cuppy and get to hear what she has to say about this. But until then, I have no comments, bro.
So I don't even know why he's coming out to say all of this. Are you trying to paint yourself as the good guy and then...
Because she also said a lot of
bad
things
guy
about him as well.
Yeah.
While they were in the relationship, and what, she was trying to say some things. That was then when they broke up, about what led to the breakup of their relationship. But then again, let's get to hear from Cuppy to see, where all this is coming from.
So we really need to wait to hear Cuppy's side of the story, because I do not do because of danger of a single story. I don't know if you've read that book. So we do not want to judge by one story. We really need to hear from a Cuppy. Well, in as much as I would love to talk on this, but once Cuppy talks, I'll definitely
of
come
course,
back
we can
to
now sharp our
update
mouths.
you. Yes,
yes.
Then I'll know how to put all of this together. But for now, let's just hold on. Well, time is really not on our side. Sadly, we have to wrap it up on trending on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV. I had, and I am always having an amazing time on the trending, and all thanks to NK.
Thank you so much.
I love the vibes she brings to trending.
You know me now. That's how we do it.
Yeah, I love that vibe. Thank you so much for always making time for us.
Thank you so much.
Well, Viewpoints today has really been interesting, and you do not want to miss tomorrow's edition of Viewpoint. This is where I have to say I am Mercy Erabo. See you same time tomorrow. Have a great day.